Yes, yes. What is up, everybody? Your boy E-Man from the Average Joe Sports Talk Network coming out to you with another edition of the Unscripted Sportscast, baby. And we're back at it like a bad habit. You know what I mean? All right, week six of the NFL. Having a very Latino day. The NFL came and gone. Hold on, I gotta change my mic input here. My bad. There we go. Sorry about that. Week six of the NFL came and gone. And we're back. We're back with some great storylines. If you didn't check out the Cigars and Sports live stream, if you didn't check out the Cigars and Sports this past Saturday, please go ahead. My boy Jim and I killed it again. Had another monster edition of Cigars and Sports where we hit the Yankees. We talked about the NFL, bets, fantasy, all the good stuff, man. All right, we gave some good content of coaches to be fired and the hot seat. And, I told Jim that I'm not going to count rookie coaches to get fired, but guess what? Today, Callahan from the Titans got whacked. Rookie coach, boom, first one out. Damn. I mean, he was a disastrous leader in that team. But today, top storylines of the NFL, baby. And you know what? Without further ado, let's have at it. Let's go ahead. Let's get crazy. All right. Because you know who's crazier than nobody here? You know who's a wild man? And all the good parts of the wild man madness? It's Baker Mayfield. I mean, you've seen me be a fan of his resurgence, right? A fan of what Baker's story has gone, how he's humbled himself. It is time, boys and girls, to start that conversation. Yes, it's week six, damn it. But it's week 6, and we're not even midway to the season, but it's time for the MVP talk. And I think Baker leads the MVP talk right now. Another unbelievable game last week. 17 for 23. 256 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, made some incredible plays. Again, with no Evans, no Godwin, and Buka has been running and holding the lead. And Buka goes out early in this game as well. So he relied on Cameron Johnson, Tess Johnson. Oh, by the way, no Bucky Irvin the last 2 games. It doesn't matter. But he's relying on guys like Cameron Johnson, Tess Johnson, Sterling Shepard. And the man delivers a victory, a 30-19 victory over a tough 49er team who also, man, if the 49ers did not have bad luck, they wouldn't have any luck at all. I mean, come on, man. Losing Warner for the season probably. It's crazy after, having Pierce out for the last 2 games. Kittle lost his first week. You got Juwan Jennings playing with broken ribs. It's crazy. And I'm missing somebody else. Brandon Ayuk is in the field like in a year and a half. I mean, you're playing with Jake Tunks, Kevin Bourne lighting it up, 142 yards, another over 130-yard day, proving what he could do. It's next man up. I mean, Christian McCaffrey is Mr. All, 58 on the ground, 57 receiving yards. What else can you do? He had the lone touchdown. Mac Jones was getting his ass kicked yesterday, but the man is a warrior. Had 2 picks. Hey, you can't have them all. Still threw for 347 yards. They're valiant effort by the 49ers, but the story of the game here is definitely Baker Mayfield made some insane throws. Baker has been the man this year. He has been the bake show. You know what I mean? Absolutely the bake show. And this man deserves to be the MVP. Through 6 games, 12 touchdowns, 1 pick, over 1,500 yards. All right, that's crazy. All right, this is through, and I think these stats are up to date as of yesterday. No, this is without counting. I'm sorry. This is without counting the 2 touchdowns. So he's up to 14 and 1 pick. You cannot have a better number than that. All right, the Buccaneers are 5-1, running away with that division. Running completely away. Baker, it is time. I mean, when I mentioned 3 games ago, hey, Justin Herbert, great start. Boom, he's like falling off a little bit of the earth. I know the injuries to Joe Alt has made a difference. I was saying Lamar Jackson, put him in that conversation. Even game 3, even though they had a great record, and then he gets injured. Baker is having one hell of a season. I know Mahomes is having one great season too, and so does Dak. But Baker is the one that's delivered most wins come from behind. playing some tough competition. Yo, Baker deserves to be in the conversation right now. He should be the man. He should be the early favorite for offensive MVP in the NFL. Come at me. But I don't think there's no other quarterback right now in the league that's playing at the level of Baker Mayfield and also leading its team at a level of Baker Mayfield. A lot of injuries. No Bucky for 2 weeks. Evans hasn't played for almost 3 weeks now. Godwin hasn't seen the field. And Buka goes out yesterday. It should have been one of those things that you have nobody to throw the ball with. You got Cameron Johnson and Tess Johnson. Who the hell are those guys? It doesn't matter. Baker's got to get him the damn ball in the end zone because that's what he does. It's not cockiness anymore. It's moxie. Hey, man, I was one of those Baker's doubters. I'm not going to lie. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to lie. I'm one of those Baker's doubters, dog. I was. But the last couple of years, I've been eating my own words and apologizing. And I will keep apologizing to Baker because I was wrong. He was right. But my man had to get humble. The Lord works in mysterious ways, and that's how he gets the best out of people. And Baker understands that as a newfound Christian. All right. What do we got next? We got to go from Baker Mayfield to the dumpster fire that has become the Miami Dolphins. Ridiculous, man. This team is in shambles right now. The Dolphins are in shambles right now. They had another game skip away. They actually had the lead all the way with like the last 10 seconds. And this team has completely self-destructed. Tyreek Hill out for the season. They had this all the way to the last, they had 30 seconds left in the game. And Justin Herbert just, takes the team down. One missed tackle for a sack. Another missed tackle of McConkey. And it was just 2 or 3 plays. And this damn defense could not keep it together. Tua, horrendous game. And we'll get to Tua later. But 205 yards over the air, 1 touchdown, 3 picks. Accountability, sometimes you got to look yourself in the mirror. And I love Tua. Great kid. Devon Achane was the only offense of that squad. Had himself 2 tutties. All right. Waller had 1 more touchdown. Waller has been on a touchdown resurgence, bro, since he got back to the league. But that's it. Los Angeles, Herbert was, struggled at times. Got sacked a couple of times, but had 264 passing yards with 2 touchdowns. They lose Omario Hampton, that we learned today, to the season, but Kamani Vidal just goes crazy. 18 carries, 124 yards, rushing, had himself, he also had some three, he had he caught for a touchdown and had 3 receptions as well. And in a day that, right now, McConkey finally is back-to-back 100-yard games, back-to-back with touchdowns. Y'all keep forgetting that Lad McConkey did not heat up last season until towards the this point of the season. And it's happening again. Shout out to my boy Jim, my other half of Cigars and Sports. And, of course, the one and only Fan in the Van podcast, the realest, illest, most criminals tied in a knot, baby. The Dolphins are a joke. Blow it up. Trade everyone a Fire Logic twin brother. And you got a Fire Logic twins brother. That's McNugget. All right. Tua should retire and work the drive-thru at Wendy's. Maybe Checkers. That's what we have down here. Shout out to my man Jim from the Fan of the Van. Check out his latest episode he dropped today. Banger. We'll be talking about the Steelers in a little bit. But yeah, man, the fact that the Dolphins are so bad, it's a team in shambles. I'm going to tell you why it's a team in shambles. Because everybody and their mother, it's like the Spider-Man meme. Everybody's pointing at each other. You got McDaniels pointing at Tua. Tua pointing at McDaniel. Tyreek Hill was here pointing at Tua. Now Tua's pointing at the defense and the offense. Everybody's pointing at each other, but nobody's pointing to themselves. Nobody's pointing to themselves, my friend. And that's how accountability starts. Yes, it's a complete dumpster fire shit show combined. And I like Tua. Don't get me wrong. He's a good kid. But I don't think he made any favors in this press conference right here. Let me go ahead and let me just go ahead and play this real quick.
And then what we're expecting out of the guys, right?
Go ahead and
We're expecting this. Well, I think it starts with the leadership in helping articulate that for the guys, and then what we're expecting out of the guys, right? We're expecting this. Are we getting that? Are we not getting that? We have guys showing up to player-only meetings late, guys not showing up to player-only meetings. Like, there's a lot that goes into that. Do we have to make this mandatory? Do we not have to make this mandatory? So it's a lot of things of that nature that we got to get cleaned up, and it starts with the little things like that.
To be clear, you're saying some players were late or missed?
Late, yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thanks. Well, I think it starts with the leadership in helping articulate that for the guys, and then what we're expecting out of the guys.
Yep. There's a major problem, and it's not in Houston, it's in South Florida. Look, I don't mind a quarterback taking leadership charge, right? Taking his team by the throat and be like, yo, dog, let's start playing. Let me increase the fan level here. It's hot. But I don't mind that player. The quarterback is that leader. But this was in leadership. This is pointing the finger. And when you point the finger, you don't take it out in the streets, bro. All right? First of all, you always do it in private. If you want to keep your house in order, you don't sell the business of your house into the street. You go into the locker room and you address those players. That's what a leader does. All right? You take players individually, and then you address everybody as a whole. Going out there in the media to try to make a statement and blow up your entire team's business is not leadership. And it's not even holding accountability either to your teammates, but worse, not holding accountability to yourself. You threw 3 picks in that game. Tua threw 3 interceptions in that game. And I'm going to tell you right now, he's not taking any accountability for that. He's blaming the offensive line. He's blaming the receivers. That's kind of like he may not be saying it in his own words, but based on the statement, airing out the laundry, the dirty laundry of the team like that, it's not leadership. It's not leadership. Maybe his heart was in the right place, but completely the wrong method of delivery. My man Jim is blowing up the chat. Let's go, Jimbo. Let me see what we got here. Yep, it's to a part of that leadership. So he threw himself under the bus. Hope that didn't lead to a concussion, man, and walking CTE. Well, no, that's the last thing he did is throw himself under the bus. So no, and I get it, man. You got to hold your team accountable, but you don't air the shit out like this right after a game that you lost, because 3 of those picks, Tua, you're throwing the ball, bro. And unfortunately, he cannot throw it further than 15, 20 yards. But the Miamis are a complete dumpster fire. It is what it is. That's what happened. I think like Jim said, I think may be time to blow the shit up. It may be time to blow it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure what else can be done. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Now, going from a quarterback who's not holding anybody accountable and airing his team's laundry business, we're going to go to another stud out here. I said a couple of freaking shows ago. All right. I said a couple of shows ago that, man, I'm having a problem here with my stream here. Said a couple of shows ago that Drake Maye may not be the second coming of whatchamacallit, of Tom Brady, but there's a lot of similarities on how this kid handles himself. All right, day to day, week to week, and how this team is winning. This team is going to bust some ass. All right, it's going to give the Bills a little bit of run for their money. All right, the Patriots are now 4-2. Drake Maye had himself another unbelievable game last week. Didn't throw for a touchdown, but didn't turn the ball over either. Made enough plays, just like Tom Brady would do, to beat a really good team in the Bills. And they did. They came into New Orleans, got a little bit of a tougher fight than they thought. They got up early. They got up big early, but then, they kind of like settled down a little bit, and New Orleans made this a game. However, Drake Maye had another monster game. Another 100 passer rate, over passer rating, another over 100 passer rating game, 261 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns, had another 9 carries, 28 yards on the ground, made some great throws. I mean, he's out there with Stephon Diggs, who didn't have the game he had the week before. Thanks a lot. You blew my damn parlay. But the Mario Douglas had a touchdown. Keyshawn Booty. I got the booty. Yo, shout out to Uncle Luke, baby. South Florida zone, baby. Keyshawn Booty. 93 freaking receiving yards, 2 touchdowns. And some of the throws, man, that you were starting to see, and the ability from Drake Maye, Drizzy Drake, he's on fire. May I dig in your booty? What name for that trio? That's right, bro. Straight out of South Florida back in the 90s, bro. Booty music. That's what we got going on, bro. May I dig in your booty? Yo, you know what, dude? Jim, parlay that next week. May for over 1.5 touchdowns, Booty for catching a touchdown, and Diggs for over 3.5 receptions. There's your parlay next week, bro. And we got to call him Mad Dig in your booty. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, I mean, it was one of those games. Look, Spencer Rattler, on the other hand, dude, he's been battling, man. 227. I mean, this team. The New Orleans have been competing. They beat the Giants, and they've kind of been in it in almost every game. And that's without a lack performance of Kamara. It's not running the football well. The entire team is running the football well. But Olave is as healthy as he's ever been, and he's having a great season. And again, you got whatchamacallit, at least Kamara is contributing in the air. But for the problem, the only problem I see with New England getting off them New Orleans is they're rushing the football inconsistently. I don't know why Dromonde Stevenson is still the main guy. All right, it should be Trayvon Henderson. Trayvon should be getting all the snaps, majority of the snaps, maybe 60-40, maybe 70-30. I think this kid has a lot of skill. He's fast, big, can also catch the football. They got to start using him better. I think Mike McDaniel needs to start coming up with some better schemes to free up Trayvon Henderson. But right now, Maye, bro, he is playing like a man possessed. All right, may I get a witness? Drake Maye. Hey man, we might be talking a little bit of MVP'sness with Drizzy, with Drake Maye. We may be talking a little bit of MVP talk here, man. I mean, can we put him in the early, the list? Let me see if we could do that. Let's click on this. All right. So far, 13 touchdowns. Yo, 2 picks. Let's go take a look at the let me confirm that. Let's take a look at the games here. Let me see. He has 10 touchdowns. He has 10. He has 9 passing touchdowns, and he's rushed for 2. So he has 11 total touchdowns in the year, and only 2 picks. That's pretty darn good. Darn good. He's a top 10 quarterback. Don't be surprised if he's inching into the top 5. Drizzy Drake is a top 5 QB, I think, bro. Don't sleep on him. May I dig in your booty? That's a trio, bro. Drizzy Drake, Maye, Drake Maye, Keyshawn Boutte, and Dig. Shout out from my man Jim. Let's give him the credit again. May I dig in your booty? That's the name of that trio. Boom, right there. All right, what else do we got on today? What else we got on the plate, boys and girls? Huh? What do we got on the plate, boys and girls? Let's get crack-a-lacking right here. Let's get out of here. Let's see what we got here. What else we got on the plate today? All right, man. The gym is in the air, man. Let's talk about Father Time here, man. Turning back the clock, bro. All right, look at A Douche. A Douche in Pittsburgh has done some amazing. Has this team resurging? I mean, we saw this kind of last year a little bit too, right? You know what I mean? Plus, this division is a shit show with the Bengals and the Browns and the shit stains, and then you got Lamar out and the Ravens look really, really horrible. It is their division now for the taking. And look, I'm going to give credit. Look, Aaron had 2 touchdowns, made one insane throw, a la vintage Rodgers, across his body, boom, for a touchdown, which was not bad. And again, tough defense. Aaron made some really good throws. He actually ran the ball once, and I picked his rushing props for over half a yard. Can't believe I did that, but that hit. But yeah, DK and him are just getting really, really good together. The chemistry is getting there. DK had another touchdown back-to-back weeks. Jaylen Warren rushing the football with Gainwell. Shit, even Caleb Johnson had himself 15 yards. Wow. A Caleb Johnson sighting. But yeah, man, look at Darnell Washington with 62 yards. I mean, Aaron is dealing right now. He is dealing right now. So I mean, they're 4-1 in that division. They should run away with that division. All right, the Bengals are done. Stick a fork in them. The Ravens are probably done as well. The Browns are probably going to have Shador starting in a couple of weeks. Dylan Graber threw the ball 52 times. All right, Dylan was just slinging that pill. But that defense of Pittsburgh was whipping his ass all over and over again. A lot of dink and dunking. Keyshawn Judkins, who's had back-to-back great weeks, nowhere to be found. But the rookie's still pretty good, though. So, hey, there we go. Harold Fanning, boys and girls, waiver wire pickup of the week. And Vidal, of course, because of Njoku might be out for an extended period of time. Here you go, man. Browns just stuck Miles when missing. Again, maybe just, I don't know, but call me crazy. Start Sanders. Can't get any worse. There's a reason why their jerseys are brown, because they are shit, my friend. There we go, bro. Perk Rogers is back. He's definitely taking some Percocet, dog. I mean, you could tell. He has the rough look. He has a rough look. Look. If you look at that right there, there's a rough look to that. He is rough. He is rough like crazy, bro. Look at his face. Look at his face, bro. I mean, let me zoom in. Doesn't that look like the face of a freaking Percocet addict? Look at that. Holy smokes, bro. I got to make that into a meme. I think I could zoom in even more. Hold on a second. Look at that. That's it. That's the most I could zoom in. Look at this. Jim, Percocet. Hey, Perk Rogers, baby. I'm going to make that into a meme, my friend. Look at that. You can't get any. That right there is the truth. Look at that. People, screenshot that. Go ahead and screenshot it. Perk Rogers is in the building. Oh man, what else we got popping? Let me go ahead and get back. Let's get back serious over here, man. I gotta minimize this stuff right here. Let's get serious over here. What else we got popping over here, man? Bro, the damn Colts, man. Indiana Jones just keeps proving why Dable should be fired. All right. Even if they won 2 games, I don't care. The Giants won 2 games. We still got to fire Dable. Whack his ass. All right. Enough is enough. I don't care if we go over 500 and make the playoffs. You still got to whack Dable just because of the fact that Daniel Jones is lighting it up somewhere else. It was a close game with Jacoby Brissett there, but guess what, man? Hold on. Get in here. Having a hard time with the touchpad here. Aaron Kurt Angle Rodgers, 1 perk at a time. That's true. Woo! Hold on a second. Let me get back over here. Sorry about that, boys. 31-27. 5-1 for the Indianapolis. Daniel Jones had another decent game. 2 touchdowns, an interception. That was complete as bonehead move right there. 22 for 30. Jonathan Taylor just leading the league in rushing, 123 yards, 21 carries, and touchdowns. Daniel Jones had himself a 20 yards himself and a running touchdown. I mean, come on, man. Come on. Jacoby Brissett, valiant effort, man. 320, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Depleted team. DeMercado was like, you ain't going in the game, dog. You cost me. The coach was like, you cost me a couple $100,000, but you ain't going in the game. They lost Marvin Harrison Jr. Zay Jones kind of stepped it up. McBride had a touchdown. But the story of the game is the Colts, man. They got a mix of running the football and passing. And look, Tyler Warren is legit. This dude is legit, man. I mean, what's that? That's 3 straight games with a touchdown. He is their leading receiver, receptions and yards. He is good, man. He could also run the football if you put this guy in the end zone. He's done it a couple of times. Ridiculous. Tyler Warren is legit, man. I mean, to me, rookie of the year vibes right now, it's Tyler Warren. And shit, dude, do I bring this up? Do I dare to say that Daniel Jones should be considered in the MVP voting? No, you can't do that, bro. However, Daniel Jones has had over 1,500 passing yards so far this season. And my man has thrown for about, 4-7. Has thrown for 8, has a total of thrown for 8 touchdowns and ran 1 up. So he has 9 total touchdowns in the year. Hey, stranger things have happened. I don't think it should be in the conversation for MVP. However, I think Daniel Jones is having a hell of a season. And this Colts team is 5-1 right now, where they could even get close under the Richardson era. I think somebody's calling around teams right now, trying to shop Richardson around, and maybe the Bengals should call out to the Colts, man. Maybe Richardson can spark some fire there. You know what I'm saying? Some running games and stuff like that. Yo, what's up? What's up? But I think Richardson. I mean, if I'm the Colts, I'm trying to shop him around. Trying to see what else we got, man. Are we done here? No, we got Tua. We did a little bit of Colts. We spoke some Steelers over here. Nah, man, we got to talk a little bit about the dynamic duo, Sam Darnold and JSN. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name, bro. Daniel Stumbles comeback player of the century. Absolutely. That is a title he's definitely going to win. And prove the world why it wasn't him in New Jersey. Absolutely. God, I can't argue with him about New Jersey when those damn teams play in New Jersey. Fucking only New York team that plays in the state of New York is Buffalo. Buffalo technically should have belonged to Canada. But yeah, look, the Sam Darnold and JSN, this duo is locked in when it comes to these two cats, bro. Locked in, man. And they beat a really good Jacksonville team who, again, this is where Jacksonville, after you go like 4-1, traditionally will start stumbling and bumbling and probably pretending. So next thing is in sports, which is about a week from now. Check out the latest one. The latest episode we dropped on Saturday. We're probably going to talk about pretenders and contenders because we like to do that. But Sam Darnold had a nasty game, 2 touchdowns, 295. And listen, dude, Jackson Smith-Njigba, 8 receptions, 162 yards and a touchdown. All he does is have over 100-yard games, bro. There's a reason why they told DK, yo, take your shit and go to Pittsburgh. Because when they drafted this kid 3 years ago, they were like, yo, there's something in here. And then last year he took over. They're like, yo, we don't need you. And Lockett is gone too. They replaced Lockett with another bum and Cooper Kupp, who's over this hill. But AJ Burner, was non-existent until he caught a 61-yard pass. Thank God. Thank gosh for me, because I picked him up in fantasy. So, and again, it was great. This duo is just unstoppable right now. I don't know what can you say, but Jackson Smith, Nigma, all he does is, I feel like he's at the Rizzler. Yo, what out to my boy Placencia? Yeah, no, they're not contenders, bro. They're not contenders. We need to fire Dable, Carlos. Jim Plonter. Richardson is the NFL version of Jacoby Ellsbury. Can't stay healthy. Listen, Jacoby Ellsbury, you're right about that, but I think he could throw the ball a little bit better than was more accurate than Richardson. But talking about JSN and Sam Darnold, great combo, man. Great combo. 162 on the touchdown. Shit, insane. I mean, Darnold's best game is when he's hitting like JSN over 10 times a game. Or when it's targeted him like 15. How many targets did JSN had? JSN had himself 13 targets with 8 receptions. Nasty. The second closest, most targeted receiver was the tight end AJ Barner with 3. Listen, bro, I am a fan. If you have a tool and a Ferrari like JSN, bro, you just keep feeding him the ball. Keep throwing him that pill, bro, because something good is going to happen eventually at the game. So a lot of good things happen in that game, and they beat a good so far Jags team. I hope the Jags don't start self-destructing and do what they do every year after they kind of had start off hot. Trevor Lawrence had a decent game, 2 touchdowns. I don't know what happened here. They stopped Travis Etienne. They stopped the run completely. Brian Thomas is back-to-back weeks of, getting close to 100 receiving yards and a touchdown. So maybe this thing is turning around. They had a couple of turnovers. That's what killed them a little bit. So, but the Seahawks, got themselves a tough win. And JSN and it's cooking, baby. JSN is just hot right now. He's cooking, baby. He's hot right now, and he's cooking. Boy's on fire, son. Fire. All right, man. I'll just give you no, hold on a second. Wait a minute. Last week, I spoke about Rico. Go to my TikTok page. Go to YouTube. I posted some short. I do a shorts after this show. Put a lot of short content on. And people were saying, Rico Dowdle is, listen, bro. I'm going to tell you again. Feed Rico until he spits. Feed him again until you can't feed him no more. Pick up Rico, give him all the food in the world, and then we start spitting, turn him around, burp his ass, flip him back upside down again, and keep feeding him again. This dude is, I've never seen a player come in, replacing the starter and have, or running back, I think any player, period, and having the top, like the 2 weeks that this man had, over 200 rushing yards last week. All right, this week, my man had over 200 all-purpose yards. All right, it was the Dallas Cowbitches that he faced, and I'm so happy they beat him because guess what? The Carolina Panthers got better record than the Cowbitches. That celebration to me any day. But Rico Dowdle had 183 freaking rushing yards, and they fed him. They gave him the ball 30 effing times. Rico also caught 4 balls and a touchdown for 56 receiving yards, 239 all-purpose yards, bro. This dude was just on fire. On fire. Look, Chuba, I would just, let Chuba rest up, man. And when Chuba comes back, listen, you won 2 straight games because Rico's been on fire. When Chuba comes back, Chuba, you have to be the backup. Chuba and Chuba can catch a football, so use him in the passing game, bro. But now, man, RB1 is Rico Dowdle. There's no doubt about it. Listen, he's playing so great that he's helping Bryce Young with some of his deficiencies. He only threw for 199 yards, but guess what? There was 3 touchdowns in this game. The Carolina Panthers are 3-3. I know. 3-3 in the Carolina Panthers is crazy. But that's because a lot of it has to do because of the last 2 weeks has all been Rico Dowdle. All right, he opens up the offense. He opens up the lack of passing game that they have. And shout out to also the rookie, Tutoria. All right, Tutoria McMillan. He didn't have a lot of yards, but he caught 2 touchdowns. So the connection is being built there. All right, Jimmy Horn Jr., right, started the game, 36 yards. And Rico Dowdle, look at that, 56. Rico Dowdle led the team in rushing and receiving. All right, I'm sorry, Chuba, stay in the bench. And you got to be stupid if you're the Panthers, if you don't keep feeding Rico the damn rock. Feed Rico until he freaking spits. That's your game plan. Keep it simple. Keep it stupid. All right? Keep feeding Rico the ball, and good things will happen. Hey, Jim, I thought it was, Jacoby Ellsbury, the baseball player. I thought it was the other quarterback. You're right. Yeah, Jacoby Ellsbury sucked, dude. Keep feeding Rico the damn rock. It's not that difficult. All right? It's not that hard, Canales. It's not that damn hard. That's it, boys and girls. That is the best. That is the top storylines of the week. Top storylines of the week, baby. In the NFL from your boy E-Man at the average, from the Obscurity Sportscast, baby. All right. I know the last couple of weeks I've been struggling to do them on Tuesday. But without further ado, let's go to the best bets, the unscripted best bets of the week.
Say it with me one time, Jerry. Show me the money. Jerry, you better yell. Show me the money.
So I didn't give you any bets last week. Couldn't get them up. But however, we're still in week 6 because there's 2 games on tonight. And there's one that's going to start in about 30 minutes. Your boy got you. Your boy got you with the best bets of Monday Night Football. It's still early. Make them bets, baby. Let me go ahead and go ahead and share my bets. I got 4 bets for you today. Some bangers, some good odds. Jaden Daniels, 1.5 passing touchdowns. It's a plus money right now. You cannot not pick this, bro. All right. Josh Allen, over 20.5 completions, a -110. Kincaid, over 40 receiving yard is a plus money, a plus 110. DJ Moore at 40 plus receiving yards, a plus 100. These are good odds, man. I would parlay all 4 if you want to get buck wild and get yourself some bread. If not, play them individually or parlay 2 and 2. I think you got some good return out here, man, if you put it together. Right now, JD, over 1.5 TDs. All right. Josh Allen at 20.5, over 20.5 completions. Kincaid, 40-plus receiving yards, and DJ Moore, 40-plus receiving yards, baby. That's what we got. Let's get busy. I'm going to leave those up there. As I go up to our tracker for the year so far, we, without counting these right here, there was a couple of weeks that I missed. Let's see what we got in the chat. Hold on a second. I got to... shit. Kate is out. When the hell did God? When the Kincaid can come out? Damn it. Scratch Kincaid then. That sucks. I actually got... Well, the good thing is that Price Picks gives you your player back. Damn. Thanks, Cruz. Appreciate your dog. Anyway, I am 6-5. I had a 17 hit rate of 17%. It's still early. I started week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. Again, this is my week 6 bets. So, damn, Kincaid is out. That's last minute. Man, he was trending to play the entire day. Let me go ahead and bring this out. Let's hide that. So, wait, again, man, listen, I got my viewers out here. Kincaid is out. I mean, that was kind of last minute, dude. I started like 30 minutes ago. That's bullshit. It's my boy Kincaid, dog. He good. That boy good. That was going to be an easy victory, too. All right, so this Miss Kincaid, man. Anyway, forget about Kincaid. Still, you got plenty of money right here. Over 1.5 TDs for Jaden Daniels. 20.5, over 20.5 over completions for Josh Allen and DJ 40+. You still got some flavor up ahead, bro. But again, 6-5. I'm going to track you guys. Good luck on your bets. We appreciate you all. Jim, my boy Cruz, and everybody else has been watching on TikTok, on X, on Rumble, on YouTube, and even on Twitch. Twitch. We appreciate you. Thank you, everybody, for signing on. Appreciate all the love, man. Catch the latest Cigars and Sports. All right, go to the channel. All right, you know what I'm saying? You know where to find us. My boy Jim and I just went ham. Great show as always. We will see you boys and girls next week. Peace out, y'all. Stay safe.